Great. Thank you, Christine, and thank you for the opportunity to share with the group here what we're doing at the Soil Health Partnership. I would just say from the outset that yes, our name is very similar to the Soil Health Institute, and we are actually very complementary in our work as two organizations working together. I'll share a little bit about this, but our work coincides frequently, and we are complementary in how we offer support to the soil health community. And I'll get into a little bit of that as we go. Let's see if I can advance our slide here. Okay, so at the Soil Health Partnership, we really focus on three main areas to try to drive adoption of these soil health practices. You've heard all about these practices all day. You've heard all about what different groups are doing. And really our focus is on working with farmers who are operating their farms, helping them to identify, as our last speaker was talking about, the resource concern they're trying to correct, and then designing a research protocol that will work on their farm to uncover the answer that they're looking for, to help them understand their soils first and foremost, and how change in farming practices can improve their soil health, but then doing that in such a way that we can aggregate that data across our network and pull some regional and national perspectives out of that. We have three main areas that we focus on. As I said, the on-farm engagement. We have a data and science team that we rely upon to review and analyze the data. They also help us develop research and data collection protocols. And then we have a communications and outreach arm that really takes the work that we're doing and makes it available in many different forms and content to the community, and I'll share a little bit about that. Everybody needs to define what they mean by soil health. I'm sure you've heard several definitions today, and one of the things that we want to make clear is that for us, we think of soil health as healthy soil functioning as a living ecosystem that sustains plants, animals, and humans. And I think the idea of this living ecosystem is really important. We'd all like to treat the soil like a factory or an assembly line where we push a button and pull a lever and we get these magical results that are predictable and reliable every single time. But as we now know, soil doesn't work that way. Soil is a living ecosystem and it needs to be treated as such. And that's our challenge as we look into this research in terms of understanding how soils grow and change over time. This is our team. On the left two columns there, you see our field team. We have 9 field managers throughout the Midwest primarily. We've got 1 in Minnesota, 1 in South Dakota, 1 in Nebraska, and then 2 each in Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. And these folks are really experts in the soil health practices that are most commonly implemented, cover crops, reduced tillage, and we do have some grazing work that we do, and a number of these folks are experts in that as well. And these folks work with farmers directly, both in, as I said, helping them to design their research protocol that they're doing on their farm, but then also to help share the learnings across the network. Understanding what's going on those farms, collecting the data, whether it's soil data, historical management data, economic data, pulling that together so that we can hand it off to our research team, which is here in the middle, led by Dr. Maria Bowman, who will then take a look at what kinds of changes we're seeing over time. And then we also have a communications team and an operations team that really support the whole outreach that's going on with this effort. And our goal is widespread adoption of these practices. So we're talking to everybody. Our research network is right here, primarily, as I said, in the Midwest. We have 16 different states represented and over 200 sites where we either have or are conducting research right now. We have, as I mentioned, a number of partnerships, and some of these funders are funding work with us and the Soil Health Institute together. We're actually working side by side, SHI, to deliver some of these solutions to the community so that we can all benefit. I think we all want to see these practices adopted and American agriculture and global agriculture becoming more sustainable, more resilient over time. I want to share with you some of the most recent information that we have. We have a survey that was conducted recently of our growers, looking at how our program is impacting them. What are they learning from our program, and what are they benefiting from what we are doing out there? And so I wanted to get to some demographics, and also wanted to share with you, I want to get right to this. This is the one that I want to share with you. In the essence of time, I'll get right to it. What action might you take once your contract with SHP ends? So our program is a 3 or 5 year contract with the grower. We ask them to sign up and be a part of what we're doing for at least 3, or in some cases 5 years. And during that time, we hope that they are going to learn about these practices. They're going to learn about how it works on their farm. They're going to learn from other farmers, and ideally they would continue these practices and continue to be a model and a resource for other farmers as they learn. And so one of the things we want to look at is what do they tell us that they're going to do once we're done contracting with them. And what we found here is that most of them are going to continue with the practices of cover crops and reduced tillage. Not sure on the grazing, and kind of varied in terms of expanding or rotation. But what we've concluded is that our work in helping farmers to learn about and adopt cover crops and reduce tillage is something that's going to stick over time. We're also going to be taking this survey to the broader National Corn Growers Association membership. We're going to be asking them, those farmers that are members of National Corn Growers and not necessarily part of our program, we're asking them to take this survey so that we can understand how our work compares to a control set, if you will. Also, our work has been impacted by COVID-19. We did not conduct any soil sampling in 2020. The springtime soil sampling window that we normally use came right amidst all of the social distancing and travel restrictions that we all incurred. And so we did not do any soil sampling. We will miss a year's worth of data, but because of our inability to respond and put information out and soil testing kits out to our samplers, we were unable to do that. However, it's been business as usual since then, and we've actually used this time to address a lot of internal systems and processes that needed attention. So we've made the most of this time. We've also expanded our outreach. We conduct soil sessions webinars at least every other month, and we've had some guest webinars that have increased the amount of traffic to our website and the number of folks that are hearing about our work. And the People of Soil Health podcast is something that we've started during this time. And it's a podcast that I host, and we have sessions coming out every week or every other week, depending on how frequently we can get them going. And this is our opportunity to describe our work as it really is, and that is a partnership. So we highlight the work that we're doing with specific organizations and people in those organizations. Real quickly, before I run out of time, the latest piece of information we have is the Soil Health Partnership Cover Crop Survey. You can find information about this on our website, soilhealthpartnership.org. But this is something that's been really exciting. Last fall, we did a survey of growers and how they use and implement cover crops. We found a number of different interesting components. And again, the full report is on our website, but I would just share with you that over half of our farmers that we surveyed are using cover crop mix of 2 or more species. And you can see the breakdown there. Cereal rye, obviously the most popular, but lots of other species being used as cover crops as well. And also we covered, in addition to that, and there's more data again in the full report, but we covered questions about the cost and how much are farmers spending on their seed and how much are they spending to apply the seed or to plant the seed, be it through drilling, broadcast, and in some cases aerial seeding. So this is some information that is helpful to us as we help to learn about and share with other farmers what's going on. As I said, it's on the website, and if you have questions, you can go there. Soil Health Partnership is a true partnership. It's really what we do, and I think it's evidenced by our relationship with Soil Health Institute and all the other groups that we work with. Our focus is farmer-based, local sustainability messaging, and we have that. And certainly we consider farmers our partners as well, as much as we do the funders and the other soil health community members like the Soil Health Institute. And with that, I would thank you, Christine, for inviting me and for giving me a chance to share a little bit about what we're doing at the Soil Health Partnership.